Welcome back my YouTube channel Rare Coin Update. Today's story is about one of the most surprising and valuable coins to ever come out of South Africa, the 1994 5 Rand coin. Believe it or not, this coin, which originally circulated as everyday currency, has now been valued at an astonishing $5 million. In this video, we're going to explore why this coin is so important, how it became so rare, and what makes it stand out in the world of coin collecting. So sit back and watch carefully until the very end, because the details of this update may change the way you look at the coins in your own collection. Let's start from the beginning. The year 1994 was a turning point in South African history. It marked the official end of apartheid and the birth of a new democratic nation. Nelson Mandela, one of the most influential figures of the 20th century, was elected as the first democratic president of South Africa. Because of this historical moment, every piece of currency minted in that year carries a deeper significance. It represents not just money, but also hope, freedom, and the start of a new era for millions of people. The 5 Rand coin was introduced as part of South Africa's standard circulation, but the 1994 issue is different. It was produced in limited quantities, and certain varieties of this coin turn out to be exceptionally rare. Collectors today are chasing these pieces, and that's why their value has skyrocketed to the level of millions of dollars. Imagine a coin that most people once used for simple daily purchases like bread or milk, now being worth more than luxury cars, houses, or even an entire fortune. Now let's talk about the design. On the front side of the 1994 5 Rand coin, you'll find the coat of arms of South Africa, a symbol of the country's authority and identity. The reverse side features the iconic image of a charging black wildebeest, an animal that represents strength and speed. The coin is made of nickel and copper, but it's not the metal that gives it value. It's the history, the rarity, and the stories behind it that make collectors willing to pay millions. One of the main reasons why the 1994 5 Rand coin is so valuable is because of its connection to a historical moment. When Nelson Mandela became president, South Africa was transitioning into a completely new era. Coins minted during this time became silent witnesses of history. Collectors are not just buying a piece of metal, they are buying a piece of history that can never be repeated. That is why the 1994 5 Rand is considered a national treasure. Another key reason is rarity. Not all 1994 5 Rand coins are worth millions. Only specific varieties, especially those in pristine condition or with unique minting features, are the ones that can reach values like $5 million. For example, coins with minting errors such as double strikes, misaligned images, or unusual finishes are extremely sought after. If you're lucky enough to find one in mint state condition, graded by a top grading company, then you might be holding a fortune in your hands. Collectors often ask, how does a coin reach such a high price? The answer lies in auctions. Rare coins are often sold at international auctions where passionate collectors compete to own them. The 1994 5 Rand has appeared in such auctions, and the bidding wars have pushed the price higher and higher. Every time a record is set, the demand increases, and so does the value. That is why we are now talking about a $5 million coin. Now, let's bring this a little closer to you, the viewer. Imagine searching through old drawers, coin jars, or family collections, and suddenly finding a 1994 5 Rand coin. At first, you may not think much of it, but once you learn about its potential, that small coin could turn into life-changing wealth. This is why coin updates like this are so important. They remind us that treasures are often hiding in plain sight, and only those who know what to look for will recognize them. If you have a 1994 5 Rand, here are a few things to check. First, look at the condition. Is the coin scratched, worn out, or is it still in sharp, crisp condition with clear details? The better the condition, the higher the value. Second, check if there are any unusual features, such as errors in the strike, missing details, or doubled letters. Third, always consider professional grading. A certified grading company can officially record the condition and authenticity of your coin, which is what serious collectors look for when paying big money. Now let's talk about the emotional side of owning such a coin. For South Africans, the 1994 5 Rand represents more than just money. It represents freedom, democracy, and pride. For collectors around the world, it represents an opportunity to own a tangible piece of history. When you hold this coin, you're holding the memory of a nation's rebirth, the story of Nelson Mandela, and the spirit of resilience that changed the world. That is something no amount of money can truly measure. Over the years, coins like this have continued to prove that numismatics, the study and collection of coins, is not just a hobby. It can be an investment, a passion, and a way of preserving history. Many collectors who bought coins years ago are now selling them for record-breaking prices. The 1994 5 Rand is one of those coins that shows how quickly values can rise when the coin has rarity, history, and strong demand. Now let's also discuss how the market views this coin today. International collectors are especially interested in coins from South Africa because of the nation's unique history. The 1994 5 Rand fits perfectly into that story. It is a coin that represents change, struggle, and hope. That combination makes it stand out from other coins minted in the same period. Because of this, demand is not limited to South Africa. It comes from Europe, America, Asia, and beyond. That global demand is part of what drives the value up to such high levels. Now you might wonder, will the value continue to rise? Many experts believe that as time goes on, the 1994 5 Rand will only become more valuable. Coins tied to historic events tend to appreciate over decades. The further away we move from 1994, the more precious these coins become. One day, it may not be surprising to see a 1994 5 Rand selling for $10 million or more. Before we wrap up, let me remind you that not every coin will be worth this much. Only a small number of 1994 5 Rand coins hold this extraordinary value. But that should not discourage you. Even if your coin is not valued at millions, it can still be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. The key is to be aware, to research, and to never overlook the coins in your possession. So, to all viewers, this is your call to action. Go through your old coin collections, check with family members, and look closely at any 5 Rand coins for 1994. You never know, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure. If you do find one, make sure to have it checked by a professional before making any decisions. Who knows? You could be the next person to hold a coin worth $5 million. This has been your Rare Coin Update on the legendary 1994 South Africa 5 Rand coin. A coin born in a year of transformation, carrying the weight of history, and now shining in the spotlight as one of the most valuable coins in the world. Thank you for watching and staying with me through this journey. Keep searching, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of the coins in your pocket.